Hello anyone and hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to Stop the Grief YouTube channel. I'm your founder and host Oliver, and in today's video, as you can see, we are in the great outdoors, and I thank you for stopping by and clicking on today's video because today's video is important. So why are we outdoors and where are we exactly? Well, we're in a place called Folkestone and we're just outside the Redeemed Christian Church of God, the RCCG in Folkestone. So you're probably thinking, Oliver, why are you actually out here? Well, that is a very good question you might ask, and I'll give you an answer. So about a week ago, so the end of last month, if you're watching this the day the video goes up, so that was the 30th of August 2020, and some of you might know that day, some of you might not know, but that day was Grief Awareness Day, and I got called into this church to do a speech, and Stop the Grief and I are about putting, ethnicities and prejudice and racism and religion aside. We believe in uniting everyone under a common umbrella. So if people want to, find my platform and to actually find comfort in what we do, that is a plus. So when these people approach me and wanted me to do a speech on what Stop the Grief does, so as I was saying, they invite me to talk about what Stop the Grief does. And for you who don't know, I'm going to explain shortly. So Stop the Grief officially deals with the actual two definitions of grief, which number one, meaning an intense sorrow, usually caused by someone's death, and two, the second definition is an informal meaning of trouble or annoyance. And so with that being said, I want to also shed more light in other areas in the future. So I hope that you guys enjoy the speech. So yeah, if you could like this video, also don't forget to let me know your thoughts to the speech in the comment section below, or just interact in the comment section below. I'd be happy to provide my YouTube channel as a platform for you to do so. And also, if you could check the description to take a look at our social media links in the description, also a website which will be explained. Without further ado, here's the speech.
Oliver is a young man. Please stand up, Oliver. When he comes up to talk, you will understand what I mean. Oliver is a young man that's created a website which is very useful to all of us. Is about addressing grieving. It helps young ones, especially we all know about this A-levels result that's been messed up. Grieving is not just about you've lost somebody, but people that suffer anxiety, any form of mental disorderliness, So that is what Oliver is going to come up here to talk to us about. Oliver, we appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming to do this talk. Thank you. Please come forward. Let's appreciate him.
Hello everyone, my name is Oliver and I'm the company director of Stop the Grief. What is Stop the Grief? Stop the Grief originally started out as a vision after the death of my granddad and my great-granddad. I began to develop Stop the Grief into a concept in July last year, and I now have made it into an organisation. Stop the Grief isn't exactly about stopping the emotions of grief, because we all understand grieving is a natural but sad part of life. So what is wrong and what is right when it comes to grief? That's not for me or us to decide. But instead, Stop the Grief focuses on the actual definition of grief, which are explained as an intense sorrow, usually followed by someone's death, or informally meaning someone's trouble or annoyance. Grief doesn't have to be a physical loss of a family member or a friend. It can extend to mean an end of a friendship or a loss of a pet, or anything personal to you or others. It was quite hard to begin this journey, but it was important for me as I have faced many challenges in my life, like being bullied and diagnosed with being autistic. I didn't do great in school, even though I tried my best, because I often felt almost everyone had written me off, but I wanted to prove something to myself and others and not let labels define me. I believe that being true to yourself is the key to happiness and becoming a better person. Stop the Grief can contribute to spread awareness of issues, and such as depression and loneliness, and how members of our community can support those who are struggling. It would be a huge honour. Companies now let you opt out of receiving emails about their services, but cannot opt out of the feelings that may overwhelm you. Stop the Grief knows it can be a difficult time whether you've lost someone close or have strange relationships. And the days can be really hard, being bad if things don't line up with the picture-perfect idea that we're often sold. Feelings can often hit you at any time you hear a song that reminds you of them, or an advert that comes on the TV. Or just when you're wandering around the supermarket and see a wall of cards that reminds us everywhere that ones can hit hard and affect your mental health. Over time, you'll slowly be able to remember happy memories and the cheesy jokes that laugh, and the little memories you keep hold at the back of your mind. It will always hurt, of course, but the more you talk about them, the stronger and fun with others will be. Thousands and maybe millions of people switch off their true feelings and feel alone as a result. But I'd stop the grief, and I believe we can be genuine with our feelings and so much more. If we open our ears, open our eyes, our minds, our hearts, for those special people in our lives, then we can begin to realize that we are more like than we care to admit. We all have unique traits, and that makes us who we are. I think not many people will or can understand us, but I think we'll have goodness inside of us and we need to connect. Stop the Grief is non-judgmental, honest, and open to everyone. The two definitions of grief, as I mentioned earlier, are normally what we target, and what we do by this is sharing our experiences. Because we don't believe death is the final chapter. We have a legacy behind, and I believe that's by sharing our own personal experiences that can benefit all and others. And storytelling was Stop the Grief's first service that we offered, and can be part of your journey too. If you or others who you know who may be struggling, throughout history, people have shared covering all kinds of occasions, where we can extend ourselves freely to listen to anyone who cares to share a memory with someone else in the hope to find peace or maybe continue their legacy. A good thing to remember is if you're doing your best, you're doing enough. You can't fix everything, so go easy on yourself. If everything's not perfect, that's taking time out for yourself. Sometimes that means you're not giving enough to everyone else. You need to look after yourself too, and cope with how you're feeling and the way you want to. So that afternoon nap, binge watch Netflix, and don't leave the sofa today. Tomorrow is another day. You'll get up and tackle all the emotions. Don't feel guilty. If you find yourself feeling happy and enjoying yourself, it doesn't mean you're forgetting about pain at all. Sadly, I think grief unites us as it is inevitable. And we all experience it at some point, sometimes more than once in our lives. And we all want to shut down, but Stop the Grief wants to help and give an alternative by not letting depression and negativity seep in and letting grief win. Everyone from any background is welcome to join Stop the Grief team. By expressing ourselves openly and honestly, Stop the Grief will, with the appropriate permission, anonymous contributions are respected and welcome too. Can help together find and unite others in a way, in a globe where sometimes we can just feel alone and want to switch off. As a young man, like many of my age, I enjoy computer games and I've recently studied the impact of cyberbullying. And I'm happy to reach out through this way too. I recently participated in a charity online gaming event called the British Red Cross to help the NHS, and Stop the Grief and I hope to do much more fundraising in the future, during and after this pandemic. I also have found the older generation have been largely ignored, particularly during this difficult time, and Stop the Grief wants to give them their voice back and the respect they deserve by listening and talking to this special group of people. It's one of the last few free gifts we really truly have in this world. I have lots of ideas, but now I want to thank Pastor Alvin Leckie and Joanne for letting me talk to you. today, and for all of you for listening about Stop the Grief. And Stop the Grief and I are happy to take any questions if you have any. So how about that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Did you like that? And if you did, don't forget once again to hit that like button. Don't forget to comment your thoughts down below. And also don't forget to check the description for the links of our social media. Also check out our website. And also, if you haven't already, share this channel, share this video, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn that bell on so you stay notified here at Stop the Grief YouTube channel. I've been your founder and host once again. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.